And so as I write in my book, that is why I called him Germs, because he was my invisible dog. Well, welcome back to Is It Bacteria, Virus, or Zombie? As always, I'm your host, Philip Fansteel, and with me as usual is my co-host,
Susanna Fansteel.
Wow, that last name. How do you spell it?
Hot handle.
Same here. Okay, so as we left off last time, I'm sorry. There was no last time. Okay, so as we didn't leave off last time, what we were not looking at is bacteria. What is the difference between bacteria, virus, and zombies? Okay, so bacteria, in simplistic terms, is a unicellular, uni meaning
one,
and cellular meaning cell. Okay, so they're one cell. Now, the smallest unit of life is what?
A cell.
A cell, very good. So the smallest unit of life is a cell. So bacteria is alive, all right? And it is also, you can also call it a prokaryote or prokaryote. It's prokaryotic, okay? It's called prokaryotic because it's very good. A karaoke. You can use that one. Okay, so the prokaryotic cell is alive. The bacteria is alive. Okay, now, and it can be good or bad. We'll come back to that in a little bit. It really depends on what kind of lightsaber. Is it green? Is it blue? Is it red? That will determine if it's a good bacteria or bad bacteria.
Yeah.
That's for Connor. Okay, so now viruses, on the other hand, viruses, they're smaller than a cell.
That means they can't be alive because the smallest unit of life is a cell.
So if they're not, but they're not completely dead because they are doing things. So if they're not alive, but they're not dead, that must mean they are telemarketers. Wait, what? Where? No. Oh. Zombie.
Zombie.
Thank you. Okay. A zombie. Now I said that once. I said that once to a professor of biology, and he looked at me like I was stupid. I get that look a lot.
I would
Anyway, so viruses are like message delivery systems. Okay, and that's why we call computer viruses, because a computer virus will get into your computer and take over your computer. Well, a virus will get into a cell and take over the mechanism of that cell to then make more viruses and turn that cell into a virus-making factory.
So what's the difference between good and bad bacteria?
Oh, wow, that's a deep question. Philosophers have been exploring this idea. What is good? What is bad? What is right and what is wrong? What's the ethical... I'm sorry. Yeah, right. Yeah, okay, good and bad bacteria, it's all about humans, okay? We're very human-centric. Good bacteria is bacteria we like, okay? And it's good for us, and bad bacteria is bad for us, okay? So we are,
kind of opinion.
Yeah, ego-centric. Yeah, okay, it's all about us, right? So, so humans, good bacteria are bacteria that are good for us, okay? And we have a lot of bacteria in our body. The last time I counted, it was more than 10.
Wow.
Right. I saw on the internet, because I can't count this high, that we have like 100 trillion bacteria. Which when you put it all together, I don't know who does this, like picks out the bacteria, but when you put them all together, it weighs like 5 to 7 pounds. So about 5 to 7 pounds of your body, of an adult body, is bacteria. But that is good bacteria because it helps us in our processes. A big part is it's in our heart, head and shoulders, knees, and our gut.
Our gut,
Heart's up here. Okay.
Yeah.
The heart's in the right place. Okay. So in our gut, in our large intestine, small intestines, bladder, all this stuff down here. Okay. The good bacteria is helping us process, break down things, and get the nutrients out of stuff. Okay. So good bacteria, we need it. We have about 5-7 pounds. Okay. Now, how do we get it? We get it in our probiotics. Different kind of probiotics. So one of the things you're going to do in the scavenger hunt later is you're going to go in your house, probably in your fridge, and you're going to find 3 things that would help increase the good bacteria in your body. So for instance, what we have here is, I forget what kind of cheese this is, but I know it's really Gouda. It is Gouda cheese, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so there's Gouda cheese. What do you got, Anna?
This is American cheese, which I don't know for sure, but I believe it is not real cheese.
Yeah, so we need to make American cheese again because this is a cheese product. Okay?
Whenever I look at this, I can't believe it's not cheese.
But cheese. Okay, so we also have like you can get yogurts. You can get these little probiotic drinks. And pro, of course, pro means...
Yes, wait, 4.
4, yes. So probiotic is 4 and bio is life. So probiotics is going to increase life. And so other like Baby Bell cheese. And so a lot of cheeses, yogurts. You can also buy probiotic like tablets. These are not those. But you can buy little tablets that will increase the flora or the bacteria in your body. And so now bad bacteria would be the ones with red lightsabers. No, I'm sorry, I already made that joke. Okay, it would be the bacteria that is harmful to humans. Okay, a big one is strep. A couple years ago, is anthrax. We hear about this. There's of course yeast infections.
There's cholera.
There's cholera, water infection. There's a lot of different bacterial infections, and they're not good.
So what is the treatment for bacteria?
TLC, respect, hug it out, kill them with kindness. And when the bacteria takes over and kills you, you'll have done your part.
Yeah.
For the life cycle and food webs and all of this. No, bacteria, you don't want to do that. Okay, TLC is not, you kill your enemy by making them your friend, Abraham Lincoln said. Great quote. Don't do that with bacteria. Okay, don't make them your friend. It's not your friend. Well, actually, some of them are the good ones with the green lightsaber. So, actually, what they used to have to do when somebody got a deep infection is either they just let them die, or they would cut off the limb. If you had a serious infection in your leg, arm, or something, cut it off. If they didn't, you could get a bacterial infection and it would spread throughout your body, and this was known as gangrene. Alexander Fleming, or as his mom called him, Sir Alexander Fleming.
Sir.
Yeah, he discovered penicillin. Actually, an accident. We won't get into that here. It's a great little story. But it was actually his lab assistant, I think, helped point it out to him. But anyway, he gets the credit. Alexander Fleming discovered penicillin. And you could say penicillin is a really fun guy.
Because it's a fungi.
Yeah, it's part of the fungus family. A fungi. And penicillin, now we know its name's amoxicillin, methicillin. We'll talk about that. I'm probably saying that wrong. All these cillins, okay? These are all members of this fungi family. And they actually are antibiotics. So anti meaning... Against, right? So bio is life, so anti-life. So these things will actually kill the bacteria. And this is, again, one of the things we're going to talk about a little bit with viruses. Antibiotics don't work on viruses because are viruses are viruses alive?
No, they're zombies.
They're zombies, okay, or zombie-ish. Okay, so antibiotics, anti-life, it doesn't work on something that's not alive. Right? That's why antibiotics won't work.
But antibiotics work so well that people decided to put them into everything.
Yeah.
Into the food, into the
chickens,
animals,
into their coffee,
livestock,
into
everything. And then that created a problem because antibiotics destroy 99.9% of bacteria.
Winner! Always winning!
Well, about that 0.1%, it's immune to it. Ooh. And if so many things are immune to it, then they're going to be immune to everything. Yeah, so this is one of the problems with antibiotics is they become overused. All right. So one of the problems, a doctor I work with, my dad, name drop, he basically, what happens when somebody's sick, they want antibiotics because that's supposed to help you. Well, it does if it's a bacterial infection. But if it's a viral infection, antibiotics won't help you. They'll actually harm you because one of the things, they'll kill all the good bacteria. Yeah, it'll kill the good stuff. It's like carpet bombing. It's like if you're trying to kill the bad bacteria, it's not like a heat seeker missile. You can just kill the bad bacteria. No, it's like carpet bombing the whole village and killing everything. Okay, so when you take antibiotics, it will kill good bacteria and bad bacteria. But if the infection is not bad bacteria, you're just killing a bunch of good bacteria for no reason.
Right.
So
yeah. So this is one of the problems. So antibiotics, they've used this a lot, and so now what we have is we have things like MRSA, and what's that stand for?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Methicillin-resistant Streptococcus aardvarks.
Aardvark.
Yeah.
Gotta remember the aardvark.
Aardvark is important. I don't know what the A stands for that, but MRSA, and this thing is bad because what happens, you kill 99.9%. The 1% that you didn't kill is actually immune to that penicillin. So if you kill the 99.9 and you leave that 0.1, and then that reproduces, and now that reproducing bacterial colony is immune to penicillin, amoxicillin, tricillin, methicillin. And the strongest of the cillins is I believe, methicillin.
Okay, so we know antibiotics do not work for viruses. So what does? How do you treat a virus?
That's a good question. I'm so glad it was on the script. Yes, viruses are much smaller than bacteria. They're not alive, so antibiotics don't affect them. But there are ways to defeat viruses, okay? Probably the best, and each one of us has this, is what is called our immune system. Our immune system is a great way of defeating viruses, and it's trained, okay? And it goes around, once it notices a virus, once it recognizes a virus, it will then copy that code and be ready for that virus the next time it comes. And this is the science behind vaccines. So vaccines are used predominantly to protect against viruses. They can be against bacteria, but usually they're focusing on the viruses. And a vaccine basically will introduce a weakened or even a dead virus into your body. So if you have the polio vaccine or chicken pox or something like this, it introduces that virus, and then your body forms antibodies against that virus. So the next time it sees that virus, like in an invasion,
we'll recognize it and be like, oh, I know that virus. Let's kill it.
I've seen you. Haven't I seen you somewhere?
Have we met before? Oh, you're a threat.
Yeah, so they take them out. Go fish, sleeping with the fishes, a dirt down. And so these viruses, that's what the idea behind vaccines is, to get the body the antibodies. So once the body has seen that virus, it gets that code and copies that code around the T cells and the different parts of the immune system, and they're ready. All right, so that's the idea behind vaccines. What's going on right now with coronavirus is there's no vaccine yet. Okay, so
there's no way to ready people for the coronavirus until they actually just get it.
Yeah. Now, once they get it and defeat it, and fortunately in the coronavirus, most people that get it defeat it, but there is enough people that will die from it that this is why it's such a serious thing. But most people that get it will develop antibodies against it and then kill it, and then they will be protected from it, hopefully, in case in the future. Now, it could mutate and evolve, and that's where the influenza virus does this every year. The influenza virus is always mutating, so that's why if you had the flu last year, you could still get the flu this year because the virus is mutating. It's a different virus. Yay! Okay, but the best defense is a strong immune system. So the second part of your scavenger hunt is to take a picture of 3 things in your house or around your house that will help boost your immune system. So I have a couple things up here. Vitamin D, all right? This also, you can get this by going outside, okay? Don't be a vampire. Go outside. Be awake during the daylight hours, teenagers, and go get out in the sun a little bit. I've been making my kids do this weekend. It's like torture.
Fun.
It's like,
it's fun torture.
As long as it's after 2 p.m., right?
Oh.
Yeah. Vitamin C is another thing that will help your immune system. So these are things that will help your immune system, so your immune system can fight these things off. That's why most people that get any kind of virus will survive, okay? They will develop the antibodies, they will respond to it. The stronger your immune system, the faster you'll recover, typically. You can also take why is this here? Okay, the elephant in the room, we're not going to talk about that. Okay, so now a good example of antibodies, with coronavirus, this is one thing that may be a treatment, is to take the blood of people that have had coronavirus and then use that, because now that blood has the antibodies to fight it, and then you could use that. A couple years ago, there was an Ebola outbreak in Africa, and Ebola is a virus, and some people in America got infected. Well, what they did is they took the blood, and Ebola is very deadly.
Very.
I think one strain of Ebola kills what?
Like 70%?
70%, yeah. It kills.
It's a really high percent.
Yeah.
It's really not fun.
Yeah, not good at all. So Ebola, what they did in this case is a high mortality, so it's going to kill whoever got it. Most people would die from it. What they did is they took the blood of somebody that had survived, and they use that blood to help treat the patients that had gotten it. So that's one way we can treat viruses. The immune system's the best. So on the scavenger hunt, you'll find a couple ways. There's some other ways: positive attitude, joy, laughter.
Laughter is the best medicine.
Yes, and exercise. So of course, I love doing pull-ups to just show.
Usually, puts it on a door and not in the middle of the air.
Well, no. But all you have to do is say, I can do like 10 pull-ups right now. You just 1, 2, 3.
He's trying his best. I guess I'm the new host of the show. Hello.
So,
this is your host.
You can't replace me that quickly.
But I
Okay.
can.
Oh.
So what is about this scavenger hunt you keep messaging?
So what is about the scavenger hunt? Okay. So your assignment this week.
I said messaging.
So your assignment this week, should you choose to accept it, is to go around your house and take some pictures. Okay. So here's what we want. You can probably do this in one picture. You're gonna take a picture of 3 things. All right, that will help increase the good bacteria in your body. Okay, these are some examples. You can probably find more things online, but cheeses, yogurts. There's actually some things we haven't mentioned yet, like a lot of fermented things, like kimchi, sauerkraut, pickles. These are fermented things. These have a lot of probiotics, good bacteria in them. So to get 3 of those. And take a picture, and then also take a picture of 3 things that will help build your immune system. Okay, so vitamins. If you have vitamins in your house, if you have exercise things, the sun. Take a picture of the sun. So you can take like one picture, get them all together. Take one picture, upload it to your teacher on this. There will be a file upload. Send it, and your teacher will give you credit for this assignment. So you have to get those 6 things, 3 things that will build your immune system, and 3 things that are probiotics. Okay. Now we're not going to have you go and take pictures of bad bacteria. Okay.
Yeah.
But bad bacteria would be found in such places as
the toilet.
Okay. Rusty nails. And there's a tetanus. This is why you get shots for tetanus.
Dead things.
Dead things.
I hope there's nothing dead in your house, but if there is,
pigs. Pigs are a great source of
they're very stinky. That's
bacteria.
why they call it pigsty.
And this is why when you have meat, you have to cook meat to certain degrees.
To kill all that bad stuff.
Yeah. So like there's E. coli bacteria. We won't talk about the poop getting mixed in with the meat and the slaughter factories because I love my meat.
Which you did just talk about.
Ooh. Weird how that happened. Okay, so but pigs have always been cooking the bacon and bacon. So we're not going to have you go that. There are contaminated water is one of the blessings of America. We have very clean water. We drink the water out of the tap. Most countries, you drink the water out of the tap, you're going to get
cholera.
Well, yeah, something like that. Maybe not cholera, but you're not going to be Montezuma's revenge.
Not fun.
Yeah,
I read a book about it.
Yeah. Dysentery is basically where you go bathroom until you die. What the problem is, a lot of that is caused by bacteria in the water. So as they are sick, they drink more water.
And then that just helps it more.
Right, it's this vicious cycle. So there's some charities like Life Water, what's that called? Life Water? There's a lot of these charities that are trying to bring...
little pens that filter the water. That's
bringing clean water around the world. It's odd, and those are charities. Plug them. Those are good things. Anyway, so those are your assignments. So the little brief 401 about bacteria and viruses, and we did not get to zombies, but we'll get to that next time.
Next time, how to defeat the zombie apocalypse.
There you go. Just take this as a dress rehearsal. Shalom.